Welcome to CryptoDexWorld. Get ready for UPCX. Alright guys, we are getting back into UPCX, beyond payments, and I'm going to be honest, the industry, it still has a lot of challenges, but we can scale past that with UPCX. So you're probably wondering, what the heck am I talking about? What is this all about? Well, if you've watched previous videos, you know what it's all about. But if you don't, stick with me. We're going to jump into it. But before we do, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please do your research, due diligence, and don't invest in anything you're not willing to lose. All right, UPX recently did something absolutely amazing. So let's learn a little bit more about it. So we know UPX, if we've seen it on CryptoDex, is all about being beyond payments. And they have a huge infrastructure right here, from products to functionality, tech, solving all the problems and solutions. But what did they just do? So recently, UPX launched its bridge. Now you're thinking, wait, why is a bridge a big deal? Well, think about it like this. Each blockchain's becoming very, very popular now. The first time you heard blockchain, you're like, that's cool. Do you have that Bitcoin thing on it? And now everybody's using blockchain. From banks to big institutions, everybody's using it. But blockchain has a huge problem. One blockchain can't talk to another. Imagine you put money in Wells Fargo, can't send it to Citibank. Or you get an iPhone, or you get an Android, and they can't share files. You'd be like, wait, what is going on? So that's why the cross-chain tool is that much more impressive. It focuses on payment scenarios that you would get stuck in without a cross-chain bridge, and new possibilities for even multi-chain collaboration. This is a huge step in industry trends right here. Now, the first thing to really look at is payment. You're like, wait, payments, not a big deal. Yeah, I do that all the time. But we can see here, according to STISA, which is the global digital payment market, it has already surpassed 9.46 trillion in 2023. And the proportion of crypto payments is just ready to increase year by year. And that means it's going to exceed 10% by 2030. What it means is payments are the best entry point for blockchain. But here's the problem. How do traditional blockchains actually really compete? What do they do? Think about Bitcoin or your favorite stablecoin. It's unquestionable that it's decentralized, it's great, but its transaction speed is incredibly slow. That makes me, or other people, like, this is taking so long. Where is it? Did I send it to the wrong address? Makes you want to throw your phone. Don't do it, please. But the high transaction speeds are going to deter most users. Then we have Ethereum, smart contracts. Great, powerful, but high gas fees. So every time you use them, you face a problem. That's why UPX is changing the game. They have a completely different approach. I mean, the approach is really, really cool, actually. Focuses on payment scenarios. Rather than just saying, hey, okay, let's send it from blockchain to blockchain. Hope, cross our fingers. It optimizes the performance of the blockchain, solving slowness, high cost, and with a processing capacity over 10,000 transactions per second. Literally, it can rival traditional payment giants like Visa in terms of performance at the same time. And the fees are really, really low. Makes it a great substitute for traditional payments. Now, there is the interoperability problem, or the what I would call siloed blockchains and things like that. So what that is when you have a blockchain here, like I was talking about, blockchain here, because payment is just the beginning. The lack of interoperability is something that can hamper a lot of different blockchains between industries. And really, without it, you can't have connections. So how does it solve it? To draw an analogy, because you might be wondering, what am I talking about? The blockchain world is like a group of countries. They don't speak the same language. You have the Bitcoin nation here, you have ETH over here, you have Solana over here, all these different countries. And they have their own strengths, they have their languages, but they can't communicate. Bitcoin started all the countries. Ethereum got it rolling with, contracts. And Solana improved those. But they can't communicate. They just waste resources. They don't know what's going on. Imagine if you could combine Bitcoin security, Ethereum smart contracts, and UPCX efficient low-cost payment. That's the role of the bridge. That's why it's a great translator to allow these different blockchains to talk. And that's what makes it really, really unique. And although there's quite a few cross-chain bridges on the market, construction on the Cosmos protocol, or known as the Internet of Blockchains, is there specifically to help with IBC. What does that stand for? Inter-Blockchain Communication Protocol. And that gives the bridge unique technical advantages, mainly in different aspects. So it has modular design, efficient communication, strong security, and because of that, the UPCX bridge not only allows cross-chain asset transfers, but also allows the functions of different blockchains to work. So users can transfer Bitcoin to the UPCX chain, utilize UPCX efficient low-cost payments, and the flexibility of the payment plus the multi-chain is absolutely brand new. And we can see a comparative analysis. So we're taking a look at it right here, and just to understand, here's UPCX, Polkadot, and Avalanche. Now we can see from the table, and you can see here from yourself, there has the biggest advantage, the thing that really separates it apart is the high degree of optimization for different payment scenarios, multi-chain collaboration capabilities, and not only cross-chain interaction of mainstream blockchain assets, but it also meets the efficiency and needs of the payment, the most important part. That's what UPCX is all about. Financial services, low fees, ultra-high transactions per second. And because of that positioning, it has a unique competitive edge. Also, to take a bridge itself, the one we talked about, it's still in the early stages. And at the time that I'm presenting this, the support scope is limited to ERC 20, but it's going to keep blowing up. So get ready. So now that we're still talking about the bridge, you might wonder, what are some applications for it? Well, there's multi-asset payment where users can transfer assets, Ethereum, Bitcoin, ETH, USDC, ERC20 to the UPCX chain. There's a cross-chain financial services with the bridge, and it's not limited to payment, but it also gives you a foundation for cross-chain services and RWAs. Yes, you can actually trade RWAs here, and it supports cross-chain options for stablecoins and real-world asset trading. Now, just to note, security and how does that work? Because you're probably wondering, okay, this all sounds good in terms of innovation, cross-chain, and things like RWAs and multi-asset payment, but the bridges are not without their problems. If we're going to be honest, there are some data things to take a look at. Specifically for Masari in 2022, cross-chain bridge hacks caused over $2 billion in losses. $2 billion for 65% of the total losses. And that's the biggest pain for cross-chain. And a lot of cross-chain bridges are complex to operate. It is multiple blockchains talking to each other. They have high latency. So how does UPCX solve those? All right, so it does a different way to make sure that you're safe. Because let's face it, the hacks, high latency, those problems can cause some issues. So here, we're making sure that everything's safe. With security, it has the Cosmos verification, making sure that there's no problems, and it also develops quantum computing. So you heard about, quantum computers will hack crypto, they'll hack Bitcoin. No, it also has developed a super app that integrates cross-chain asset management with payments, order processing, and other different types of functions. So, what is UPCX? The future of the blockchain industry is not about one chain rules at all, but about coexisting multiple chains. And that's the significance of the UPCX bridge. The use of the payment as an entry point while providing new possibilities for the entire blockchain. If you've been following the blockchain industry for a bit, you'll notice a trend that's becoming more and more prominent. UPCX has grasped the core of this trend, and it's solving that problem one payment at a time. One payment efficiency issue at a time, and providing a platform for devs to build cross-chain applications. And that's a really exciting thing that they're working on. And you can see here, it's not just about that. They have multiple different applications as well. And as a whole, UPCX is a blockchain-based source payment platform that aims to provide services to global users, fast payments, smart contract, cross-asset as well, user-issued assets, UIA, non-fungible tokens as well, NFA, and even stable coins. And on top of that, if that's not enough, it has a DEX SDKs that allow for customized payment solutions, integration with different types of systems that process payments, point of sale, and different applications for hardware wallets and enhanced security. So that is the bridge and UPCX in a nutshell. A huge, amazing program right here, changing the way payments are done and the way blockchains now interact. You can see a massive community here. So you can go ahead, open up the Telegram, and learn more about UPCX. So much to learn about, and there's going to be a lot of developments as well. We mainly talked about the bridge today. However, there's a whole payment world to learn about with UPCX. And I'm going to be excited to give you the next update. But until then, jump on X, jump on the Telegram right here. I'm sure you're going to find a lot of good information as well. And definitely, as if you enjoyed this, you know what to do, guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to know when I post more videos. If you have questions or comments, let me know down below. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.